you doing today? I know that this sounds a little bit different than you normally hear on a Friday, but I got something to tell you. Me and a good friend of mine, a soul sister, we are working on a new project and we're doing it together. Tell them who you are.
Hey, y'all. I am Darcy Elizabeth. I am one of the co-owners with Christine for the Align Her LLC. And we are so excited because we are diving into this new project of bringing you an episode every single week with both of us so you can really get our message.
I know that your listeners probably just freaked out because they were probably like, who is this voice on? This is not
Right?
Darcy. But it's okay. I'm channeling Darcy. She's channeling me. But I do want to tell you about our message and why we decided to do this podcast together. So, you know that we have Align Her coaching, and we're doing so many different things from master classes, masterminds, we're doing free workshops. But what about your drive? Like when you're cleaning the house, girl, when you're doing laundry, you know that you kind of want to hear about us and what we're doing. But we decided that we needed to broadcast our message a little bit better and make sure that we can give you the best content. So, as always, we're bringing energy and relationship together so that you can discover and imagine yourself in the best form that you can be in. And that's why we decided to do this podcast. So, let me tell you how it works. We're going to have each episode is going to be on my personal one. You got to meet her podcast, and then Darcy's going to have it on hers, Feeling Aligned podcast, and they're going to come out on Fridays, like she said. And this one is our, what is it? Is it called a pilot, right? Like
Yeah, the first
episode.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's make sure we introduce ourselves so that both podcasts know what's going on here
Who are
because
these
some
girls?
of them, they may not even know what Align Her LLC is.
Yes. Tell us. Who are you, Darcy?
Yeah. So as I said, I am Darcy Elizabeth, the host of the Feeling Line podcast. But really what I love to do and what my main part in Align Her is the energy coach, because I feel like inner energetics is what makes us, right?
Yeah.
So my mission, a part of Align Her, is to really help women bring that fire back and find that energy they have within you, whether you have lost it or you're just now discovering it. So Christine, do you want to tell us all about you?
Yes. Hi. How you doing, girl? Big personality here, and that's why we get along. I'm Christine Barr. I am coming to you from Dallas, Texas, and I am a relationship and communication coach. What does that mean? That means I help you use your words. I help you find out how to find that communication that works for any relationship. So if this is with your spouse, if this is with your child, your boss, your friendships, I also am the host of You Gotta Meet Her podcast, which we talk about relationships and everyday women. So it's a little bit different content than what we're doing here, but I really love it because if you ever feel alone, if you feel like your story is just like, oh my goodness, no one will ever know, listen to the podcast and you will find out that there's probably someone that probably has a life that parallels yours where you can connect with. And we ask questions, interview style, everyday women. And I'm just so excited to be on this project with you, Darcy, because it's like, how do you get two powerhouse, badass ladies together and build content? And I think that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, telling them all about how we met and how we kind of let our paths cross, and now we have created this beautiful thing with Align Her. And y'all, she's from Dallas, and I'm currently right now I'm in Connecticut as we're recording this, but time to release, I will be a Rhode Island resident. So we are literally, I know, Ocean, here I come. Me and my little man will be moving there shortly. But this just kind of gives you that look that even though we are at a distance, we are still have this thing that we're doing, this mission we have of Align Her, and how two different people with totally different backgrounds, totally different areas in life that they're living. And here we are doing it, doing the thing.
Yeah. Let me piggyback on that for just a moment, because I think a lot of people try to get in business with other people, right? Like, let's do this together. Let's have this together. And I know we're going to talk about our story and how we met, but it's so crazy how if I wasn't into relationship and you weren't into energy, there's no way this would work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
So
thinking about
true.
that today. Like if we were both in relationship, we probably wouldn't necessarily vibe as hard. If we were both in like energy, we probably wouldn't vibe as hard. But like the fact that we see the need for relationship and the need of energy and them coming together, which that's not how this started, right? But it's
Right.
just so nice to see now that, we're literally a half a country away and two different time zones in motherhood and relationships. I'm not just saying significant others, but just random relationships that we have gone through. And we're over 6 months working together. We're working on a year working together.
Yeah. Can
I
you believe
know.
it?
I know. Okay. Okay.
Already.
But we got to tell our story though.
We're gonna get all giddy here.
Okay, so I will work into my interview style because I feel like I have some questions for you though
Oh,
to tell
great.
your
Here we
story.
go.
You ready?
This is actually how we met.
So, we met at the Powerhouse Women event last September. It was actually September 11th weekend in Scottsdale, Arizona. But I want to rewind a little bit before that. What made you say yes to Powerhouse event?
Yeah. So I signed up actually like a couple weeks before, right? I wasn't one of them that had it all planned out. So I decided to sign up because it was like beginning of August and I knew I was like, you know what? I need to be in that room really getting those connections with other like-minded females because where I was living at the time, I felt like I didn't have that enough community that understood what I was, doing as an entrepreneur or even knowing why I was, hustling so hard for my business. So that was my little game changer where I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Arizona, not know anybody, travel across the world by myself. Mind you, that was my first time on a plane alone.
Same for me too. I had never
Yeah.
flown by myself before that.
Right. Right. So I did 8 hours of traveling by myself. And yeah,
Can we talk about how freeing that is? I feel like I can go anywhere.
I know. Now I'm like, well, look, I just like drove across country, right? And like
Right.
that's something I would never have done before. So that is one of the biggest things I will say for anybody who has that trip or dream or anything that's on your heart, go for it. Is it going to be scary at first? Yes, but you're also going to get that freeing feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love that. So,
Tell me yours, girl. What
oh,
made you sign up?
so I knew I wanted to go. And if you are a regular listener of my podcast, you know this last season, the season finale of season 4, I was really, really open and vulnerable about like where I have gone in the last 6 to 8 months. And it was the start of my hard season. So I was like, I kind of like you, like I need to be in a room with people, but for me, it was like, I can't give up. Like it
Mm,
was my mindset of like, no, there's something there for me that's going to fuel me to keep going. And so I knew I was like, I gotta go, I gotta go. And I didn't get my plane ticket. I think it was like 2 weeks before. The roommate that I was supposed to have while I was there backed out on me.
thank
This,
gosh.
I
Just
know,
saying,
right? I know. Because we would have never met. Well,
we
we
wouldn't be
might
doing
have because
this.
through Christine, we have a mutual friend named Christine that we stayed with while we were there. But I like, if she wouldn't have pulled out, and then I wouldn't like, there's just so many like if I wouldn't have already connected with Christine like almost a year prior, I probably wouldn't have stayed in the house with her or
Yeah.
with y'all at all. But I was in
Yeah,
such
I
a
didn't know
dark
you actually
space.
knew her before.
Yeah, no, I known Christine almost a full year before that. Yeah.
Oh, because you were a part of Powerhouse the whole time?
Yes. So I had been
Oh,
proud of Powerhouse for almost a year.
yeah, I was only for 1 month. I signed up in
Oh.
July.
See, like look y'all, we didn't even know this about each other. Yeah, yeah. So I've been with Powerhouse for almost a year.
Oh, okay.
And I joined during quarantine.
Mm.
because I needed something to help me to build my business, the business that I had at the time. Um, and I knew that that was like a good avenue for me to do it. The only thing is like it was like no one was in Texas at that time, so I didn't feel like I could connect with anybody. But then when I was like, oh, they're gonna have an event, and you know me, I need to be face to face with people. I'm not for this digital world. I don't know if if I'm missing a chromosome where like online is just not my thing. But I was like, I gotta be there, and very very similar to you. And that was the mindset that I was walking into. I literally lost everything that I ever loved except for family members. I lost my whole identity. And I was like, this is where I need to go to help me find that identity.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we did that.
Oh yeah.
A big piece of our puzzle got found there.
Hmm. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. It's just it's one of those things where you don't realize that that calling will be answered.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that so scary?
Oh, it's so scary, right? We're always so scared. Everybody wants to know what their purpose is, but once they actually start stepping into it, it gets a little scary. And getting into that room with, amazing women and feeling their energy and seeing that, hey, I can't give up on myself, right? There's so much opportunity out there, so much growth that needs to be done. And then you also get this like weird clarity thing on yourself. I don't know about you, but I
Mhm.
left there and I was like, okay, okay,
Yeah.
here
Yeah,
we go.
Patrice Washington.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly who I thought of just
Yeah.
barely when I said that.
Yeah. Like, cried through her whole, like, segment. Like, um, I will say, like, because we're talking about us meeting each other, like, y'all, I gotta close my eyes for this so that I can give, like, a good detail. I came a day late. I didn't know we were supposed to show up on Thursday. Like, if I would've known we were supposed to show up on Thursday, I would've showed up on Thursday. I didn't know. I thought this was like show up on Friday, leave Sunday kind of thing. Everybody in the house that we stayed with were there early. Darcy was one of them. I end up having a mutual friend now that she's part of one of my coaching. I know her from boot camp. Comes picks me up from the airport, brings me to the Airbnb that we're staying at, and Darcy's the first person to open the door. She's like, "Hey, girl," and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to like marry this bitch." Like, yeah,
We pretty much
hey.
are now.
I talk to you more on the phone than I do my spouse. Yeah. Yeah, I know more about you than most. Yeah. And I just remember feeling that energy exchange. But from that moment though, Darcy, from that moment, we could look at each other and we knew what each other was thinking.
Yeah, isn't that weird to think about?
Like from inside the car, from inside what was it? PJ night. Like we were like
The back of the cars after drinking margaritas. My tequila
like
spirit came out.
but like it was just crazy. Like I could just look at you, you look at me, and we're like, yeah, bitch, I know what you're talking about. Like it never, like it just from a connection of just like you opening the door. And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, what do you need? How can I help you? Like it was never like I think right now it's a comparison game, but it was more of like, oh my goodness, I want her to win.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I had that same experience with you where it's almost like when you find your people, right? And that was one of those moments where I don't know, I just like felt the urge to like make sure she felt very welcomed, right? Because we were already there. Us ladies who were already at the house, we already had one whole day together. So we really got to know each other. And um, and you know how girls are. Let's just be so honest.
Yeah.
It felt kind of weird for someone to be showing up late. So I was like, open that door. I'm like, hey girl. And then now that I think back, I'm like right for that moment. Like me and her were also like bedroom neighbors, right? So it was like
Yeah.
me and her on one side of the room and the other ladies on the other. And we just kind of clicked. And I
Yeah.
also felt like we could be so honest with each other. Like think about like the first night. So the first night she comes, she's like, girl, I'm so used to, sleeping with my husband. Can I stay in your room? And I'm like, girl, this is my first night without a baby. I'm sleeping in my own bed.
Then I was like, oh shit, yeah, you do that. Don't worry about it. I got it. And I remember coming in and I was like, I got the bunk bedroom. I'm so excited. And you were like, oh, we thought you would be upset that you were in a room with all bunk beds. I was like, no, this is like my dream come true. Like I've always wanted a room with bunk beds. And now I got all four of them to myself. I just remember being so excited to have a bunk bedroom. I don't know, but that's that gratitude that we came in from too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say that. I will say that. The honesties too. I remember you saying, "Hey, I need to take a bath." Like I don't ever get to take a bath quietly. And I remember someone was going to knock on the door and I was like, she's in there having her bath time. You need to go use the other bathroom." And they're like, "Oh, she's been in there for a while and she asked for bath time. So we're going to give her bath time." Like I just
That
remember
is
like
so me.
instantly just wanting that for you. But I don't remember. I don't know if you remember what, like, I remember the conversation in the car, but I don't know how we got to the conversation of that we were going to work together. Do you remember?
Okay, so let's just be totally straight up. We did like have a couple margaritas that night, but what I remember is just me being like, actually, like right when I first met you, I'm like, hey, you should come on my podcast.
Yeah, you
Remember
did
that?
say
I was like,
that.
hey,
Yeah.
I was like, you're a podcaster? Oh my God, come on my podcast. And I think we were just like literally in back of the car telling each other our dreams, and they definitely
Yeah.
aligned, right? We started talking about our mission, our dreams, and they totally aligned that we're like, hey, imagine if it's one of those moments. And when you get that energy, right, especially being around other entrepreneurs and you start to
Yes.
keep that really imagination piece, like imagine if we had our own thing. Like imagine if me and you went in on something and then here we are.
Here we freaking are. Yeah, I just remember saying, like, I want to host my own event. And you go, we should host our own event together
Yes.
in the
Oh,
back
yes.
of the car. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And that was like it. And then after that, like it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And we have a book in the works. We got Facebook. We finished a mastermind.
Oh, how awesome.
We've supported each other in different avenues that is still building Align Her. Like
Yeah.
it's
And personally, right?
yeah, oh girlfriend. Girlfriend.
Here's the thing, guys, is that we are going to give you like all the juice on these episodes, right? But there is a lot. And I will say, even though we've only been in a partnership for, I think now it's like 8 months, we have had some seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have both had some seasons. And, I think you think about how we met and where we are today. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for you.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I know that we were talking before, but like I have to say it publicly. The amount of proud that I am is like five mothers together. Like that is how proud I am of you and like all the different things that you have done, but outside of work. Like
Yeah.
Darcy stuff. Like the shit Darcy has done in the last 3 months. Let's not even talk about like the whole 8 months, the last 3 months. Like it's it's like amazing to me. And I'm coming out of a very deep, deep hole, right? Like I'm coming, but like you keep me going. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I got this. I got this.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing is that these last 3 months, I've had some major transitions, but luckily I always have you, right? To like call and be like, girl, this is what's happening. You want to talk me off this ledge or where we're at, or even allowing that outlet, right? Like allowing that
Mm,
outlet to either,
yes.
we always say to each other, do you want your friend hat or our partnership hat, right? Like,
Right.
what kind of hat do you need today? Like, do you just need to work right now so you don't have to focus on real life? Or
Right.
do you need, that friendship hat? So I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for that because that's something that we all need. I'm not saying a partnership, but that outlet to really embrace where you can step into your truly 2.0 self, right? Where
Yeah.
you can be like, hey girl, this is my big dream. And for someone to not be like, you're batshit crazy. Cause I get that.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think for me, it was very lonely because I didn't have very many friends that were in business. And I know we'll be talking about this throughout the season because I am a relationship coach, right? So for me, it was really hard to tell people that I didn't have friends. And I'm telling like one of my great friends, "Hey, I don't have any friends." It's just like, "Bitch, why don't you consider me your friend?" And I'm like, I didn't know how to communicate that I needed a business friend. I
Mm-hmm.
had plenty of people that I could like go to their couch and like cry and be like, "Oh my God, my life is over." You know, like I had so many people that I could do that with. But when it came to business, I didn't have a support team outside of my husband. And let's be honest,
Yeah.
he is not the best supporter when it comes to emotions. Like I can tell him, "Hey, this is what I want to do." He will support me 110%. But like those lows of like, "I don't know why this didn't work." He's going to be like, "Okay, well, figure it out." Like, like so to
Yes.
have that to bounce off of someone else. Also collaboration. I like the energy work. I knew that I needed it, but I didn't feel profound to be able to do it. So now that I have someone in my ring that is a energy coach, I can now send my clients and be like, "Hey, this is part of our vision. You can work on yourself, work on this relationship with your spouse, your significant other, with yourself, with your children, but yet still get that loving, caring, and unblocking of energy as well." And I
Yeah.
feel like that has been such a blessing to even the people that I just touched. And I'm like, "Oh, I know who you need to talk to. Oh, I know who you have to talk to." And it brings me up to going to Florida. We went to Fort Lauderdale together.
And we had fun.
Also, there was margaritas.
I feel like we do our best work then.
I, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I think that is our best work. Margarita work is our best work.
We get really creative.
We do. We do. But I would like to talk about like what is to come for this season, Darcy? What do we have for our listener this season?
Yeah. First, I just want to piggyback on what you were saying.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I am an energy coach, right? So that's something that I like love to give my clients. But one thing I do struggle to give them at all is relationship advice, right? So having that component to really bring in that energy work with relationships, because that is what life is, right? What is life? It is made up of relationships with the people around you and the energy you are bringing to the world. So combining the two, which is what makes Align Her, I feel like there's so much success for, our clients that are coming on, but also us personally too, right? Like I can always go to you and be like, okay, am I acting crazy or what's this, walk me through this,
Yeah.
or like my contacts, right? Like sometimes, especially being a Capricorn, I can be really stubborn, real stubborn. So
Oh,
like
really? I didn't know about
yeah,
that.
yeah, did you know?
I'm
it's
a
it's like
Gemini.
it's like my strong but not so strong suit.
Yeah, no, I will agree with that. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I just want you to know that I'm a Gemini, which means like Darcy's like, "We're doing this," and I'm like, "Okay." Like I don't even. There's very few things I try to fight you on. Like it's not even worth it. But continue.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. And in this relationship.
I'm like, "Okay, whatever. What do I need to do?" She's like, "I need you to post this." "Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
right.
need you to do this more." "All right." Like I'm not gonna fight it.
Yeah. That's probably why we work. But anyway, what is in store for Align Her? Well, I am actually kicking off an energy work where we're going to do Align Her Discovery. Christine will be jumping in there with me to talk all about finding out discovery of who the heck you are, right? So many times, especially after the last weird couple of years, people are like, I don't even know who I am. What's my purpose? Like, am I just a mom or am I just a wife? So we're bringing you a 4-week little mini course with live sessions to really help you dive into who are you? Discover who you are and who you want to be and the energy you want to bring into the world.
Yes, I am super excited for that. I'm so excited for all the things that we have coming for you. We're going to be talking about energy, how to find that calm at home. We're going to be talking about words. We're going to have a couple of segments for you, questions from the listener. We're also going to be doing energy work. So you have homework for the week. And let me tell you this, if you listen to us or you don't listen to us, the one thing I do want you to hear is if you get a coach, your best coach is going to give you homework. If you're going to a psychiatrist, if you're going to a therapist, if you're doing coaching and they're not giving you homework, you need to find someone else because they're going to give you something that's going to sit in the front of your head so that you can work on personally. And so we're going to make that for you. We have words of the week, which, it's my stuff, like communication. We have energy from Darcy. And we're also going to have questions from the listeners so that we can see that, hey, we're all on the same page. We're all working on relationships and energy and bringing those things together. And we will be seeing you every Friday, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sounds good.
What else? What else do we have in store for Align Her this year?
Oh, well, I got that SD background and I haven't even told you this. And here I am about to tell it.
That's why I figured this would be the time to put you on the spot right now. I mean, I know the point that I'm bringing, but let's hear it, girl.
So what is it? Hypothetically, that I was talking hypotheticals because I don't know where this is going yet. And it's probably going to take a long time for me to get this together. But hypothetically, I'm working on Align Her beauty line. And I met with someone that could get us like our own eyeshadows and lipstick colors. And so that when you put it on, you feel like your best self. And I want with this, I know it sounds, this is going to sound really corny, but I feel like when you have makeup on, or if there's just that one thing, it's like wearing cute panties and no one knows. Like, when you were like wearing your granny panties or like your period panties and you're just like, ugh, no one knows that you have them on, but you and yourself, you feel that they're not cute. You're like, these are not the ones. And then you change it and you wear something that makes you feel good. And no one needs to know about it, but you feel like your best self. For me, that's what makeup has been able to do for not only my clients, but for me, my friends, my family. So to be able to say, hey, we have an Align Her makeup line and they're going to make you feel like you got a good pair of panties on. You got a lipstick that feels so good on. I just feel like there's something about that cannot be dismissed. And so we're working on, I should say we, because I just told you about this now, Darcy.
I knew it. I could feel it. I was like, let's hear it, girl. Bring it out here.
Yes, to have a Align Her line where we can make our listeners, our clients, and the women that we touch, we can literally bless them with something that they can put on and be like, this is giving me power. We've heard of the Wonder Woman pose, the Superman pose. We've heard of meditation. We've heard of all these things. But like, what if you could wear your power?
Yeah. That's what we want to do, right? We want people to step into their power. And I know for me, that looks like, for me, I love having makeup on. What's something I've been struggling with the last, 7 months, is that I literally feel like I lost my power when I cut my hair, people.
Oh my, y'all, her and her hair.
I am like stressed right out about my hair, but that just goes to show that us being able to provide that product could really help women like step into their power and feel that confidence. Because, makeup, some people don't understand it, but for me, it does help me feel that confidence. And for my hair being long, I don't know why, it was my comfort blanket. And even to this day, we're still struggling, but we're going to fix that. Come soon. Darcy's not going to have short hair.
Y'all have no, like, I know it sounds something small, but like it was her Samson. When Samson in the Bible gets his hair cut and like he loses all his powers, Darcy's hair was like her Samson hair. Like, and for me, it's makeup and my Botox. And I have my appointment, so I'm gonna be doing that.
Oh my God. I can't wait to get some of that.
Shoot my face up. Um, like I don't want to be able to move. I caught myself in the mirror and my eyebrows
Do you
moved,
get
and
it in
then
your chin? One
in
of
my
my friends got
chin.
it. Yeah.
Your
One of my
chin.
friends got it in her chin. And now her smiles is funky.
No, I do not get it in my chin. I do get it in my lip, on my upper lip and lower lip. I get
Mhm.
it all across here and then throughout my eyes.
Yeah.
So my chin, I don't know what that would cause in order for you to do that. But I will say if totally off topic. If you're thinking about getting lip filler, start with Botox first because it'll give you like a nice soft opening to know if you want more or less.
Ooh, yeah. We
That
should
is
do a
like
whole episode on that.
I know, but that's what I was thinking. Once we come out with this,
Yeah.
beautiful like eyeshadow lip palette, then we can start doing like makeup classes. We can
Yes. I
do a
love it. I
bridal.
love
I
it.
just
Now
had
it's
a
in the universe,
bridal.
girl. It's gonna happen.
I know. I did bridal. What was that? 2 weeks ago I had bridal. A bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did bridal wedding. That was an intense day. I had like 9 faces. And then my daughter's in cheer, so I do, but I also do like what is it? HD FX makeup. I really enjoy it. I've been thinking about that lately, and you've been pushing me to do it more. And I'm like, "Ugh, F Darcy, she doesn't know what she's talking about." And then like I do it, and I'm like, oh my God, I should do this for a living.
I'm like, girl, we gotta use that background.
I know.
And she loves doing makeup,
I
guys. She
do.
likes to
I
play it
do.
off. She don't, but we're in Florida or we're in Arizona, and she's like, "Oh, can I do your makeup?" And next thing you know, I'm starting to learn my makeup too. I'm getting all the tips, yo. So
I
big things are
just
in store.
I
Big
mean,
things are in store.
it cracks me up because that's part of us meeting each other. And I'm like, have you tried doing it this way? Like you're cutting your
Yeah,
cheeks. You're like, we need a different color. Why are we doing so much black? Like that's what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm like, I
yeah,
have to also realize that like it's very personal. Makeup is very, very personal because it's people painting themselves in the best light that they feel like they look great in. And so
yeah,
to like ask them to change that is like a big thing. Back to the communication thing, right? I'm
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but to be like, okay, have you tried this? Or my favorite when they bring in a picture of freaking Beyonce and they're like, this is what I want to look like. And I'm like, mama, you got red hair, freckles, you look like you've never seen the sun. Like, this isn't, you're not gonna look like Beyonce when I get done. But like what communication style you can have there to figure out what you do like about it to make it for
Yeah.
you. So those are like little things that I've learned along the way, but I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for
Yeah.
us and I can't wait for the listener to like really see us like every week being awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So every Friday we will be here. Make sure to reach out to us, right? Tag us in your stories, reach out to us and let us know what you want to hear from us. We are pretty open books and we will be picking a question every single week, as Christine said. So bring it on out.
And last but not least, we are recorded, so you can see us on YouTube. I will have it in the show notes for us to put our YouTube information in there for you. And I'm pretty sure you will follow us on Instagram
Yes.
and
And
Facebook.
yes, and just to be totally vulnerable right now, when we say you can build a business anywhere, I am literally at my grandma's in the bathroom right now because this is where I'm staying until I get my new place. So,
Yes, you are.
if you're on YouTube right now watching this, you will not always see this backdrop. Welcome to Align Her.
This is what we do. We cuss, we drink, we record in the bathroom. I love us. Well, I would like to say thank you for listening. I'm Christine Barr, and I'm co-owner of Align Her Coaching LLC. And this is my beautiful, wonderful partner, friend, soul sister, Darcy Elizabeth. She's also co-owner of Align Her LLC Coaching. And what else you got for us, Darcy? Wrapping up.
Yeah, I think tune in and join us and come on the journey with us because this is new to us, right? This is something
Fun.
that's total fun, right? That's what we're really trying to remember, that we got to keep the fun in this. And we're going to share more too about our growing pains in the business and partnership because it is different and it is hard. And we're going to be totally honest with you guys. And yeah, come join us. We got a lot in store for Align Her, and we are excited to meet with you guys every single week.
All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.